jam tonight, but I thought with it being Halloween, I'd tell a freaky story, true story. When I was little, me and my brother, we lived with my mom, and we lived in this little apartment. And I would always hear stuff, like behind the walls, probably the neighbors, to be honest. Anyway, let me get this thing going. I would see these shadows, and I always called it the Hat Man, which it blew me away. Looking it up nowadays, it's called the Hat Man. I thought I was the only one that called it the Hat Man. But look that up. That's freaky right there. But I would see that all the time in my room. And my stuffed animals in the closet would move. This place was wicked, man. It always just had and I was little. So a lot of this is probably just in my mind. I understand that. But I think it was a freaking demon or something. Me and my brother, we were in our room, and we were playing cars or doing something. And we heard it together, and we talk about this all the time, still to this day. We heard a voice, and it said, "Rocky," like that. But we both heard it, and we both jumped up and took off screaming downstairs. And Mom got a kitchen knife and went upstairs, but it was wild. And at that place, I would sleep in a ball. We had bunk beds. And I would sleep in a ball because I always felt like whenever I would stretch my legs out that there was monster hands down there. And I swear I felt hands at the foot of my bed. And that was freaky. But that still traumatizes me to this day. And then when I was in the Navy, I'd go up on the flight deck at night and watch for UFOs. I've always been fascinated with UFOs, man. And there's some weird shit going on out there in the ocean and in the sky. All you gotta do is go lay a blanket out in your front yard and look up and let your eyes adjust. There's some weird stuff going on. So, it's happening. The apocalypse is happening. They're coming. If you got something weird like that, put it down in the comments. Here, I'll do a quick guitar jam. Pay you people a little bit of something for hanging out and listening to my dorky ass. I better go. I'm in trouble.